life, the bright lights, the type the crowd likes. Where you at, ballers? Ladies love me and men, they wanna be me, they pay to come see me. Where you at, ballers?
Cavaliers at Wizards, 7 o'clock. Capital One Arena, NBA shot clock on this Wednesday. Another official. We're taking the Cavs at minus 10.5, 1 unit. Cleveland is singularly a unit at this point in the season. 14-1 last 15 straight up, and 24-8 last 32 ATS. That is purely a sustainable portion of the calendar, and I don't think it's going away anytime soon against a Washington team that is 7-16-1 ATS at home and has taken margin non-covers against all the big dogs on their home calendar. Boston, the Knicks twice, Milwaukee, New Orleans, Clippers, Phoenix. I could go on, and I will. Go back to January 3rd and January 5th. The Wizards did play back-to-back games in Cleveland, and Cleveland showed them what quality is made of in this 23-24 NBA season. Cleveland hammered them twice, 140-101, 114-90. Those lines, 9.5, 10.5 at home. This should move towards the Wizards if revenge was coming. This is a heavy number yet again, and books are telling us margin is coming. Buy the Cavs tonight at minus 10.5, and let's cash this ticket.
What's up, y'all? Junior Browne back with NBA Shot Clock on this Wednesday, February 7th, with more free picks, and we're rocking with the under 237.5. Golden State, Philadelphia 76ers. These teams just played when Joel Embiid got hurt a couple weeks ago, and the total was 226 in that game. And one of the main reasons for that is the pace that game was played at. That game was played at a pace of 94.8, which is one of the slowest you'll see all season. Just for context, the Chicago Bulls play at the slowest pace in the entire league at 96.4. So that game was even slower than the slowest paced games that you'll see all season. Speaking of pace, you would expect that with Embiid out, the Sixers would play at a faster pace. They're not. Their pace is actually slowed down slightly from what it was with Embiid in the lineup. As you would expect, their half-court offense on a points per play possession has fallen through the floor. They've been terrible. Again, very small sample size, so we don't want to overreact, but it's not been great. Everything I'm saying leads me towards the under. Golden State, 4th game in 6 nights, all on the road, all with travel, obviously. Again, another reason I'm playing the under here. 237.5 just seems like too many points. Whenever I do these totals, I always try to imagine what is the winning team's final score going to be? What's the winning team's team total going to be? I don't think the winner gets more than 120 in this spot. Give me the under 237.5 and let's cash this ticket, y'all.
Raptors at Hornets, NBA shot clock, Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. An official play on the Hornets, plus 6.5, 1 unit. Charlotte comes into tonight's game with probably their best opportunity for an outright win in weeks. Charlotte has lost 8 in a row, a gutted roster, but they are coming off of a scrappy cover against the Lakers on Monday night. This team sits 10-39 straight up, but they are 6-8-1 ATS in their last 15 home games. And probably not coincidentally, one of those home covers did come on December 8th. An outright win against this Raptors group on the same exact line structure, plus 5.5. Go back to December 18th. Toronto did revenge Charlotte in Toronto. Big time, 114-99 on a big minus 10 line. However, Toronto was actually down 2 points going into the fourth quarter in that game before Charlotte melted. Since trading Pascal Siakam, this Toronto team has been absolutely pedestrian, to put it nicely. Terrible, to be more blunt. off of a single blowout win against Miami in the first game after Siakam was traded. This team is 1-8 straight up, 3-6 ATS, and they're in a terrible calendar spot on the back end of a 6-game road trip off a grueling schedule at Houston, at Oklahoma City, and a blowout at New Orleans. This is not where this team bounces back. They have a 5-game homestand after tonight's game. The Hornets should keep this game inside of 5 points, and we think an outright win is probable. Buy the Hornets tonight, plus 6.5, 1 unit official.
What's going on, y'all? Junior Browne back with NBA Shot Clock on this Wednesday, February 7th, with more free picks for y'all. We're rocking with the under 223.5 in the Spurs Heat game. This is a game that's, for me, tailor-made to the under. Two teams that really struggle to score, both in the bottom 10 of the league in offensive efficiency. Miami is 23rd in offensive efficiency, 27th in points per game, 27th in pace. All things that point towards the under. Now, these two teams played earlier this season. The game had a total of 231, which Miami won by 5, 118 to 113. That's one of the highest scores you're going to see from Miami all season. Just go look. That's close to like a top 10 offensive performance for them. I don't see any of that happening tonight. This is Miami's 4th game in 6 nights. Even though the Spurs have played better, that's been more on the defensive end, which again plays to the under for me. So between the beginning of the season and January 1st, the Spurs were 25th on defense. From January 1st until today, they're 15th in the league on defense. So they're getting better on that side of the ball. As for the Victor Wembanyama factor, when they played the first time, Bam, one of the elite defensive players in this game, he held him to 8 of 22. Obviously, not one guy's not going to do that. Miami's team defense, we already know it's elite. Every single thing I'm saying leans me towards the under, which is the only play for me in this situation. The path to victory for Miami is always going to be through defense. Give me the under 223.5, and let's cash this ticket, y'all.
Hawks at Celtics, big time Eastern Conference ball, 7:30 TD Garden, Boston, Massachusetts. The buy hat is engaged. We're taking the Celtics, minus 11.5, 1 unit. Boston started this season 15-5 ATS at home, then proceeded to go 0-5 in their next 5, creating a nice buy low opportunity for the Celtics at home. This is the 6th game of a 7-game homestand for the Celtics, and they are 1-4 ATS on this homestand, playing lackluster ball mostly against Western juggernauts, Clippers, Pelicans, Lakers, and a non-cover, a tight one against Indiana. Atlanta is coming into a very unique calendar spot in tonight's game, off an absolute gauntlet homestand against the West themselves. A homestand in which they showed their quality is much better than their actual record. Big time efforts against Dallas, the Warriors, Phoenix, Lakers, and a tight loss the other night against the Clippers. But I think the moral of the story is Atlanta left everything they have in this small window within that homestand on the court in Atlanta. And the books are telling you that with this line. These teams did play November 26th in Boston. Boston did cover the spread at home, 113 to 103. Key point, what was that spread? -7. Now books are saying Boston got you once, and we think Boston's going to beat you heavier this time. Atlanta is a bye team situationally going forward. Not tonight, not in this letdown spot on the road. Big time Boston buy hat engaged. Boston minus 11.5, 1 unit.
What's up, y'all? Junior Browne back with NBA Shot Clock on this Wednesday, February 7th, with my 3rd pick of the day. We're rocking with the Clippers -7, which I'm going to admit to y'all feels like a super chalky play. Clippers are winning a lot of games, just lay 7 points blindly, but it's just more than that. People need to wrap their minds around the fact that the Clippers right now, at this present time, are the best team in the NBA. If the playoffs were to start today, I would pick them to win the whole thing. Again, that seems like I'm being Captain Obvious, maybe. But part of this play is also the fact that Zion Williamson is questionable. If you've been watching the Pelicans, they've gone back to their style of offense from 2 years ago where they were doing the point Zion thing. Like, he's not obviously a point guard, but just think about the way the Sacramento Kings run their offense through Domantas Sabonis. Domantas Sabonis, by the way, is top 10 in the league in assists. The Pelicans don't do exactly that because Domantas Sabonis does a lot of dribble handoffs, whereas Zion is unstoppable one-on-one when he's going downhill. So it's more of a Zion drive and finish or Zion drive and dish, drive and kick, whatever you want to call it. The point I'm trying to make is just go look at the last couple of weeks. His usage rating is over 30, which is obviously top 5 to 10 in the league. There's not that many players in the league that have a usage rating of over 30. You take that out of the lineup against what I believe is the best team in the league, you're asking a lot. The Clippers are clicking. The Pelicans have been very inconsistent, even with Zion in the lineup in the last couple of weeks. Give me the best team in the league, laying 7 at home. Let's cash this ticket, y'all.
Pistons at Kings, late night basketball, out of conference special, NBA shot clock, February the 7th, a Wednesday, dropping a lean on this game until we get confirmation on a number. We like the Pistons at plus 12.5 at that lean point. Let's discuss. Detroit comes into tonight's game with one of the worst straight up records in NBA history at 6-43. However, their ATS statistics are a very different story. This team is 11-11 ATS on the road, very above average for any quality team, and they are 9-2 ATS last 11, taking on a bye upward movement element to their existence. Sacramento comes into tonight's game in purely a horrible calendar spot. Sacramento is coming home off a 7-game road trip in which they performed very well, going 5-2 straight up. They come home for a one-off against a Pistons team that is absolutely lacking in motivational quality, and their very next game is against the champs, the Denver Nuggets, on Friday night. This is an utter trap, a look ahead, and this is where Sacramento has underperformed all year at home. Sacramento is 2-5 ATS in the first game at home off a previous road game. And probably not coincidentally, in recent history, coming off a road game, outright losses against Eastern opponents, Charlotte and Indiana. If you guys want to bet this game at 10 o'clock Eastern, we advise you to bet the Pistons at plus 12.5. We appreciate you for interacting with NBA Shot Clock. It is the Shark, J.A. Cavalier, and Junior Browne. Always bet responsibly. Best of luck, and let's dominate.